Yo, this is a new episode, ROC Solid Podcast. Yours truly, Memphis Bleak in the building. We got one of the motherfucking original pebbles of the rock. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The rock wouldn't be built without guys like this. You know what I mean? We got Lenny fucking S in the building, but y'all might not know I call him Lenny Dress. Cause this nigga been fly since 91. Here we are.
95.
91. I'm gonna give you extra 4. What up, my guy? How you doing,
Thank you, man. This is not gonna be easy. We have the same sense of humor.
People don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just for those who know, I hit Hove the other day and I'm like, yo, Lenny coming on the podcast. I'm about to interview him. I nigga say, what y'all gonna do? Laugh all day? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah.
He mad because we funny?
Yeah, I said, nah, we gonna do our thing. He was like, yo, but where can I watch the podcast? Is it only on your phone or is it out? I'm like, nah. I'm like, we dropping this year, top of the year. I told him, Lenny Dress is the episode coming out. Like I told you. This the episode gonna get us paid, y'all.
Yeah, right.
We going from rags to riches. Learn this one.
I appreciate you having me on, though. Seriously.
Nah, my guy. Yo, my guy.
Seriously.
Let's bring them back. Niggas don't know where you started. They know you Fab, you know, the Cali days. They don't know you from the really original MEMPHIS Bleak days.
That is very true.
You know what I'm saying? Because my man Lenny Dress was walking around, his name was Kodak, getting shot. You know what I'm saying? Nigga had the plugs to all the magazines, just used to pop up with pictures. Then one day, everything changed, Lenny Dress.
Yo, stop. All right, so, I mean, I guess from the beginning, obviously started at ROC as an intern, doing street team promotion, as you know.
Of course.
And we're obviously speaking for the people that don't know this, but started out doing street promotion. From there, was able to elevate into A&R, which was my actual, that was my, dream. That was what I was most ambitious for, right? To be able to work on albums with artists.
Yeah. Who gave you that alley-oop?
Honestly, Dame and Jay. Like I told him, I first told Dame.
Dame and Jay? They
No.
Off the backboard, Wade the Braun.
No. We'll get into our situation, but I'm talking about like as far as just the transition from street team into A&R. They noticed that I was kind of hitting my head on the ceiling, and they asked me what I wanted to do after that, and I told them obviously A&R, and then Dame had suggested that I do the Streets is Watching soundtrack.
Oh, that was your first project?
That was the first, yeah. But just like working on that,
yeah. Shit, I'm taking too much credit there.
No. Well, what you and I did, which we'll talk about, is what really launched and catapulted because, that was like some...
Nobody...
Yo,
that's what I'm about to say, yo. It's weird how it happened because I always knew Len moving around, like I said, being fly. This nigga always was the coolest nigga, taking the pictures, all the events, all the parties, always. Nothing changed. And then it changed in Roc-A-Fella when Beans came. Because the shift, remember, I was the only artist at first.
Correct.
And then the shift went to, it's Beans here. Everything was Beans. And Len was the only one who came to me and was like, yo, I'm an A&R, bro. Like, let's get in the studio.
Pitching myself.
Yeah, we could put some work together. We get in the studio, we do our thing. And I'm like, but don't you do that? He like, nah, I know producers, I know everything. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, let's go.
That's funny you remember that. So, yeah, damn, that's great.
Yeah, bro, you kidding me?
So, basically, just for the people listening, right, I use that as I used every opportunity within the music business to catapult to the next, whatever that is, right? The next level, the next whatever else I was trying to achieve. So, I would just look at situations that had a void or look at something that wasn't being paid attention to or whatever the case may be, right? Mm-hmm. And I made sure that I filled that void. So the same with taking photos, the same with, whatever the case may be. I would do everything for Dame, Jay, and Biggs in the beginning. When I was an intern, I parked cars, I went to Wendy's, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
I went to
was grinding.
Retail stores. I helped, Al Brand, I helped wherever, that was help needed. But anyway, seeing the whole Bean situation, which was great, right? He was a new artist. He was really, really, really fucking good.
Talented.
Yeah, it's like almost like a shiny new toy, you know what I mean? So a lot of the attention as it should anywhere with something that's, you know, new and that you want to put a lot of effort into. A lot of that went there, and I noticed the void with you is like you had already been there, you were an original. You know, they were kind of, not in a bad way, but the attention was there.
It wasn't checking for Bliss.
It just was more urgent, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you hadn't done like a project yet.
Nope.
So I took that opportunity to be like, look, bro, check this out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Like, we could do this. And I don't see anybody doing it to my knowledge or not doing it yet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And
I had a hookup at a studio.
Brielle's
studio.
That shit was in the basement.
I found somebody
dead
who
in
was,
street,
yeah.
yo.
I found some, and that's what I did, right? Use relationships for everything. So I found somebody that was like, hey, if you're at Roc-A-Fella, right? If you come to my studio, everybody charges, whatever, I'm making this up, you know, $2,000 for a session. I'll give you a session for $400 if you work here.
Yeah.
So that's when I went to Bleak and was like, yo, I got this studio. It ain't Sony, it ain't Hit Factory. We're not gonna run into Mariah and DMX, but we could get an album done, if I could get producers here and just give me a shot. And honestly, I asked Bleak for the shot because he could have been like, you know, I don't want a new A&R. I don't want a new person on my project. And hip hop at the time was one of the best A&Rs in music.
A&R, none of my projects.
No, but I'm saying, but being that he is one of the best A&Rs in the world and was on Rock, you would think that you might be like, you know, like, nah, I'm utilizing the best. Like, I don't know what you could do. Yeah. And Bleak took a chance on me, and we took a chance on each other, man.
Definitely, bro, because I didn't even know I was capable of making Coming to Age. No one thought we were going to make that album. I remember the day when we went to the office to play it for J. Damon Biggs. Remember, they was surprised, like, what the fuck? Y'all did this? Remember, Hov was like, what song I can put a verse on? Remember?
Yeah, we just got to it, man.
Yeah.
And that was another thing that I always, just personally, I like to put in the work and then, you know, show the work. And I think that's when people step up and they see that you take initiative and that you are capable of pulling something off without using the powers that be. Because we could have used their favors.
Definitely.
We could have asked Dame or asked Jay to make a call to this producer or that person or whomever.
We went straight grinding. That's when we had, what was my man? B. Stanley was our engineer.
Man,
Yeah, B. Stanley. I just seen B too not too long ago. Shout out my guy B. Stanley, original engineer. Like, and I'm glad I'm here to speak with you because you were my A&R in every studio session. Because you know the word on the street, people think Hov wrote everything. Because you know I tell people, Coming to Age, I was too young to think.
When he
ripped that sheet of paper out of his book and was like, Bleak, as fast as you remember this, you'll be on.
Yeah.
I could say it now, that was a little bit cap, because if we wouldn't have did Coming to Age, I'd have been back on that project, bitch.
What section of Marshall is that?
Yo, that's just awesome. Flushing Avenue. Right there on that bench. They're going to pump me right back. Like, listen, I bought him on, but he ain't catch on.
I can account. Every studio session, every verse.
Hov didn't even know we was in the studio putting in
work.
You
had the yellow pad.
Going hard, my G. Like,
there was always a bunch of oregano or something all over. I don't know what that was.
No, we had the weed. We was smoking chimney back then. We was definitely smoking garbage
a lot
back
of Brooklyn
then.
dirt.
Back then was bad, bro. But we definitely pulled that album off.
Yeah.
Then we went into motherfucking the Understanding album. That's when they paid us attention. These motherfuckers is putting in some work over here.
We always elevated.
That's a fact, yo. So, but after a while, like, I always wanted to know. The people don't know, but me, as your friend, as your bro, I always wanted to know what happened at the Roc at that time when you left. Because there was a point in time when you left Roc-A-Fella. Niggas don't even know. Lynn used to pull up. It was outside. It was like, yo, Lynn, what happened? You just was my plug. Like,
you talking about the time I quit?
Yeah, you left. You went to, I think it was Electra, right?
Oh, no, Virgin. You're talking about Virgin.
Yes.
No, that was the Understanding. That's
right after Understanding.
Yeah, but I'm saying that was with Jay's Blessing. You know
what I'm saying? I never knew, because I'm just like...
He always wanted, he always did, and I love Jay for this. He always kept me on, even when he retired. Remember, he retired, and he wasn't doing nothing.
No, he retired every album.
No, but the time... After Black, he really stopped.
Left,
and he really retired. I was getting job offers, and I was like, yo, and I said this before, I think of somebody's thing, but I was getting job offers and I wanted to take the job just because we weren't a functioning company. Yes. You know, it had dispersed and he had retired or whatever, and he was like, nah, we good. I'm gonna keep you, I'm gonna keep you good. And he really kept me on payroll. You know what I mean? And it wasn't until Big John, which is one of my mentors, and close friends with Jay, and so instrumental, and Jay's getting Jay songs and stuff like that from the publishing side. Big John had taken a job at Virgin, so John asked Jay like, "Yo, could I, Lenny, whatever, until something else happens or whatever." And then Jay was like, "All right, that's family." So yeah. And I went to Virgin Records.
That's when you transition from A&R to CEO. You had your artist too. What was my man name?
Yeah,
you was CEO. Used to pull up like Suge Knight. Yo, let my man get a verse on this. Shy Stem, BK. Shout out my nigga Shy Stem.
Shot's nice. Shot's that nice.
I would never say he wasn't.
I'm not saying it like
the guy was super nice. He was ahead of his time because if you think about it, really how nice. J. Cole and them is spitting that lane, he was in that lane 10 years before. Like
it's funny, he knew Cole from back then.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Shy was that guy, man. He was putting in that work. I was surprised that Jay didn't sign him.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We tried and we did. I got him a deal at Virgin, and then when that whole situation kind of like dispersed, he left Virgin and then, started doing his own thing. And I tried to do it over there, but it didn't work out for whatever reason. But he was dead nice, and you're right, ahead of his time. And it was frustrating. Whenever you can't get somebody off the ground that and I've believed in other people that have gone. So I'm like, I know this is that too. You can't win them all, but.
And that's the thing about the rap game. People think just because you nice, you make it.
Oh, no.
It's niggas who ain't nice who make it. Yeah. And you be like, how the fuck this nigga did it?
There's singers out there that sound like, Ariana Grande. No, I'm saying like good, like that are great. Yes. Ariana or Mariah, and they can't
get on.
You know what I mean? Can't get on. Like it don't.
Like, it's not easy, man. Definitely. Getting people to check for you is not easy. But one thing I want to bring up, because my man been making fun of my name forever. I've been repping Memphis Bleak since the beginning.
Does everybody know what Memphis Bleak stands for?
They know it stands for making easy money, pimping hoes and style. They know I was pimping. I'm a little bit too old for that now, but
saying that now sounds nuts. Memphis Bleak, making easy money, pimping hoes in style is absurd. And I knew what it always meant, but I never stood behind it.
Yes, you did.
No, I stood behind you as an artist, but I never stood behind that acronym.
We wasn't pimping back then. We wasn't pimping back then.
Verses, producers.
You was JDJ for a minute.
I was.
Yeah, see, niggas don't. Man, the many hats, man. Y'all don't know this. Lenny was the DJ.
I was the DJ
before
for a
Irv
second.
Gotti.
No.
Irv Gotti was first. Irv was first.
Yeah. No. I was a substitute DJ, like a substitute teacher. I was.
You and Bert.
DJ.
Bert.
Come on, man. We gotta have a real.
Chill. This is family.
But some of the stuff is funny to us, but they may not know. But yes, I did play DJ for Jay for whatever 2 years or something like that. Again, just because it was a situation that was needed.
Yeah.
We didn't have a DJ at the time, and it was something that had happened abruptly, and Jay was like, "All right, you're gonna do it," and I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not a fucking DJ." By the way, we're in North Carolina. There's 20,000 people outside in the crowd, and but because I had programmed the playback machine that we used to use. Remember, as being an A&R, being an A&R for the team, I did all the programming, I held all the music, so I always held the playback machine, and I actually would load it and program it for whoever DJ for Jay.
Yeah.
So even when we had shows, I would take it with me. You know what I'm saying? And I went over every show with Jay. We would go over everything. So I knew the ins and outs. I knew. So that's why he was like, but that's why he was like, you're going to do it. And I was like, listen, knowing the information is way different than performing.
No, that's a fact. When people looking at you, and he like, Lynn, drop that. You like, huh?
So day one, North Carolina, 20,000 people.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to play Big Pimpin'. I hit the jigger, ain't no jigger button, terrible. He turns around, he says, everybody, clap for my man Lenny S fucking up right now.
Yo. That was your last show?
No. And then remember Ja was on tour with us.
Oh, yeah?
Was doing shows with us. And I got Ja's DJ to teach me like smoothly. So I studied the whole day with him, and because we had 2 shows back to back. And the next night, I went and I got it.
When it's studied, nigga, he would use the cheat code. Yo, let's back up a little bit, because a lot of people don't know. The Understanding album is when Young Guru came on board.
Yeah, you know who found Young Guru?
Yep. Yeah. Shout out L'Oreal making that call. Remember that day we called B Stan. I think he was sick out or something, right?
Brian was sick.
Yeah.
And we needed a new engineer. And L'Oreal was a woman that she managed all of the engineers, the good ones.
And I remember she said, yo, I got this new kid from DC.
And I was like,
She's like, I don't know. I'm like, man, do he smoke weed? And she like, yeah. I'm like, all right, then sit him down.
I was being cautious because, working with the artists, you know me, I always want everything to be top notch, top level, premium, and I hadn't met him. I didn't know how he worked. I need to flow with people. So even before I would put a engineer with an artist, I would do a session with them on my own, maybe something else, something that had nothing to do with you, so that I could be like, yo,
okay, this guy's good.
So whatever, she was like, no, trust me, and we took a chance, and it was fucking Young Guru, and then from there, that's when I hit Jay, and I was like, Jay, I hit hip hop and Jay, and I was like, yo, I got a guy who is unbelievable. Yeah. And that's when Jay had another engineer that was.
Yo, that's what I'm about to say. It was engineer drama at this period. I forgot the guy Jay had, but something happened at Sony where some of the music I guess got leaked.
Yes.
And Jay was looking for an engineer at this time.
So it's perfect.
I find an engineer that's my guy, smoking weed, cool. Niggas dad me on my engineer.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
How you get dadded on your engineer? Yo, what type of Marcy Brooklyn shit is that? Nigga, that's mine now.
That definitely happened.
You with me?
And I'm sorry
for that. They even got Guru's room at the crib.
Oh, I know. But you know what? Guru was ahead of his time. Guru was intelligent. He was smart. He was knowledgeable.
Yo, Guru is the oracle, man. He's fucking Yoda.
And he was the first one that we know using Pro Tools.
Yep.
So I told Jay, I said, this guy uses a computer, Jay. He don't even use a reel. Yeah. He's like, what? I'm like, listen to me. We've been doing these Bleak sessions. We're getting things done faster. 5 hours faster. Yep. And then Jay tried him out. And
it was he stole him.
He's
never
here.
Seen Goo again.
Goo's still here. To this day.
I got to call Goo and wait for Hove now. Hove had to wait. Yo, even you, niggas stole you. Like, Hove steal all my niggas. He like, oh, bro. All right, cool. He dabbed me on all my niggas, and it's cool. Because that's the big homie. He deserves.
CEO.
It's cool, but let me know, though. Give me a call. Yeah. Niggas steal a lot of my niggas. It's one nigga you don't even know they stole from me.
Oh, right?
Yeah. And I met me and Goo met this nigga in the store in Newark. And he like, yo, I make beats. And I'm like, all right, cool, word. He came to the stool. He ended up making the joint on 534.
Oh, wow.
He's top producer now.
Oh, wow. Man, they still.
Yo, like, niggas that you want your niggas. Niggas don't even call, say what up.
God.
Nothing no more. At least you and Goo, y'all the most loyal niggas that I got dead in them.
we still loyal to you.
Y'all still tap in, fuck with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
And then we got graduated to the A B party.
Niggas don't know. X, rest in peace, really told God the lady. She like, yo, I got food in the fridge. You got something for the dogs? Dogs is hungry, man. Gotta feed the dogs. We in Miami.
Fort Lauderdale, though.
Yeah, we was in Fort Lauderdale.
The show's in Miami.
Mike Kaiser pull up to the hotel.
Mike Kaiser is a Def Jam executive.
Yes. And Mike had a rental. DMX just signed him and Ja Rule. I ain't even have an album out yet.
Yeah.
Right? And
DMX wants to go on a joyride.
Yeah, he just like, give me your car. Yeah. So he took the car from Kaiser. We just so happened to be there. And he like, yo, take a ride with me. We jump in the car with him.
Us 4. 3 artists and 1 nobody.
We speed, and not we. He's doing 100.
He's doing 100 down 95 or whatever that is.
In traffic.
From Fort Lauderdale to Miami. I'm talking about like a video game.
Swerving. So
State Trooper.
Pulls us over. X is pissed that you, of course, it's a rental. Yeah. These is the days, if your name ain't on the rental, we towing the car.
Taking it right
Y'all
away.
got to get out of here. So the police telling us y'all got to walk.
The marshal.
Yes. X slammed the car door so hard, The glass.
The glass shattered. You think I'm making this up? DMX, God rest his soul, one of the greatest artists ever.
Ever.
He slammed the car door so hard because the cop told us we were going to get out the car. And the cop was like, get in the car. DMX slammed the door so hard, the glass shattered like a movie. No, I never saw nothing like that in my life.
Ever.
Not an accident. It wasn't a car hit us and the glass.
No.
DMX just closed the door. And it was like...
Word. Now the cop like, yeah, so get out the car.
I'm sitting behind X.
Yep.
You here?
I'm right behind Ja because it was DMX and Ja in the front.
Yep. You butt next to me. And I'm like, X, chill, bro.
Yo, chill. They gonna lock us up.
He's yelling at them.
Like, fuck. They pull us
up. Some bullshit. Like, he's yelling at this fucking... U.S. I don't know what it is.
Trooper, whatever.
Trooper. And we're just like, X, chill, bro.
So now he smashed the car. They like, that's it. We ain't want to hear shit. Y'all get the fuck out of here.
Because at first he was gonna let us keep the car.
Yes.
And then when X was arguing with him, he was like, you know what? Now I'm taking the car.
Y'all get
and now
the fuck out of here.
You can get however you go.
So we walking on the highway. Remember, X started walking first.
We're hitchhiking. Stop saying we're walking.
No, we didn't hitchhike at first. Remember, we wasn't at an exit. We had to walk up the dirt to the exit to the regular street. And just so happened, Ja Rule and DMX being famous.
Yeah.
Some girl swerved coming off the exit, sees them and stopped. Oh my God! DMX and Ja Rule.
Well, wait a minute. Before that, when we're walking on the highway, remember, cars are going so fast. People were seeing it, but they're seeing it's too late.
So fast.
It's
like,
that wasn't DMX and Ja Rule and Bleak on the, there's no way.
Yes.
So when we went on the ramp so that we could get cars going off slower.
That's when the girl
with her sister or something.
Somebody in the car, we screamed. I think it said, "You got to ride for the dogs."
The
dogs
got in the car, and we was like, "Yo, we need to get to the American Airlines Arena, whatever it was at the time, to do a show."
But she had to go
gotta go home first,
yes,
just to get to do something.
She had to drop something off at home.
We went to this girl's house. First of all, we pull up in the neighborhood.
Regular
everybody's outside.
Yep.
People are like, "What?" It's DMX, Ja Rule. So that was the crazy.
And then we get to her crib. He made her feed us. Remember, she fried chicken or some fish or some shit.
Grandmother was making fish.
And then they took us to the arena and let us do the show. But yo, X was the illest nigga ever. You even remember the album release party in the tunnel? He came through by himself with a bottle of Hennessy, all red, talking about it's for the dog. Your first album, give you that bottle of blood for my dog.
He was a real one.
Yo, a real one. No, it's no artist. We will never see another artist like X, man. X moved dolo. No security, nothing. That Hard Knock Life tour, he was in these streets.
By the way, do you remember?
Dolo.
X made us distract the security so that we could leave the car ride.
Yes. Yes. Remember, he used to have the dog. And make the dog scare everybody in the lobby. Y'all won't be around, make a bite. She don't stop, she gonna bite. Yo, I'm telling you, that was the illest times, bro.
Great guy.
But then you went from just super extraordinaire photographer, then to super extraordinaire A&R, to Hove stealing you and Guru from me, my crew. I was building an all-star team. And next you know, I'm on the bench by myself. Like, where my team go? Then niggas popping out with Dream Chasers chains, We the Best chains, For the Family chains. Like,
yo, I got a lot of friends, man.
No, you got a lot of plaques. You been putting in a lot of fucking work, boy. Because a lot of niggas got to thank you for, putting a hand and you give a lot of swag. You don't know, man. You invented this shit, dog. You one of the pioneers of this shit, man. The drip guard.
Man, I like to pay my small contribution to the bigger picture of what, whoever we work with.
But everybody definitely fuck with you because we ain't have no money to give you a Get Low chain. We ain't Get Low never popped off, so we couldn't get no Get Low piece for you. But we got you. I make sure you get a ROC Solid. You want a ROC Solid?
We got a ROC Solid joint. Well, I got who's the
shout out BG the jeweler. You know what I'm saying? Got ROC Solid looking. I see enough on them. You know
That's a good logo.
Yeah. Hove better not say nothing about the chisels.
He ain't improved that chain?
He don't got to approve my chain. I am your
Yo, wait, send that.
Why you gonna do that, man? Yo, they can send that message. Nah, we ain't got to do that now. See, we gonna leave that alone. Yo, but you got me off track. Super extraordinaire for the family. How the fuck did you end up on everybody management team? Put me on. I need some new industry.
No. What happened was, you know what it was? As an A&R, I was doing things that were managerial, but I didn't know it. You know what I mean? Like I was even too, I don't even want to say ignorant or just unaware. I was unaware of the things I was doing. Because you know me, right? I think I'm going to utilize any relationship I have to help my artists or the artists that I'm working with get to the highest level they can get to, right? So I didn't look at it as like, oh, I'm an A&R. If you're an A&R, you're supposed to work on an album with an artist. You're not supposed to get a magazine cover or get them floor seats at the game or put them in a movie or put them in a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with me, that's how me and Fab connected. I was Fab's A&R. It was my friend at first. Then, because we came to Def Jam, and we were at Def Jam, I was started to be his A&R. But then from there, again, right, I'm helping, you know, working with his management team, but I'm helping. I got him on a J tour. I got him, you know, like I said, on magazine covers, you know, cameos and things, you know, just a lot of the things that brand deals.
Yes.
I did a lot of situations that were like, yo, that's basically everything that a manager does. You know what I'm saying? I just never acknowledged management because I wasn't like professionally, you know, schooled or trained to be a manager. I thought I couldn't be one. You know
that's what I love about everybody at the Roc. None of us was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From Al Branch, hip hop, G. Roberson,
I didn't have no
Chaka,
traditional schooling.
Like everybody just manifests their positions just by hard work and grinding. That's what I love about the whole team. From Biggs, Dame, Jay.
Everybody.
Nobody went to school for this shit.
For
you know what I'm
nothing
saying?
that we did.
Like, you look at Wall, you look at Dads. Nobody is no school. There's no course that could teach you this. It's just sure hard work and dedication to the team. And
that goes back, you know, like you said, right, to bring the story full circle. Like that goes back to the DJing or, you know, doing A&R or doing retail or doing radio. It goes back to that way. It's like whatever's needed, we're gonna do. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Yeah, we had probably one job that was our main responsibility.
But I'm gonna do what it takes.
I would give a haircut if I have to. You know what I'm saying? So send the photos.
I remember Lynn was baking on top. Remember, you brought the cake through. I'm like, this nigga cooked the best. Yo, I ain't gonna front. Any A&R want to battle in cooking, I put the house on Lenny Jersey.
Oh, man.
Y'all don't want no smoke with Lenny S in the kitchen, nigga. Nobody wants smoke with Lenny S in the kitchen. That's a fact.
I just wanted to do whatever it had to, man. To get
You
the job
did,
done,
man. And I'm glad we got this episode the way we get to talk about it. Because a lot of people think, yo, just get the artist, you get the look, you on. They don't know that you got to wear many hats to even get y'all to the finish line. And everybody wore many hats. I remember the days of carrying records with Jay. I remember the days of making baskets. Remember, we used to buy a case of Cristal. We buy everything and make a basket to send to the DJs. I remember them days. People just, you know, they like, I always say, when it come down to a person's story, people like to skip to the end. They don't like to start at the beginning. Because at the beginning, that's the hard road where you didn't know.
One of the things that attracted me to Roc-A-Fella Records was because I was enamored by them, the crew, you know, before I was with them. This is when In My Lifetime came out. In My Lifetime was like an independent single that Jay had put out right before, like, you know, the albums and all that stuff. And in New York, we used to have this thing called the Car Show at Jacob Javits Center. And at the car show, again, I'm trying to get in the music business. I'm going to everything that's popping. Outside, there was somebody with coolers with the In My Lifetime single with the little baby Moet bottles given out as promo. And I was like, somebody's Moet giving out champagne. Like, and I like Jay, so I knew the record. You know what I mean? I was like, they doing In My Life. Like, this is
insane. Next level, bro.
And that to me was just like forward thinking, you know what I mean? And even the marketing of their promo for an independent label was premium. It was always at a high level, next level, different. I'd never seen nothing like that before. Anything else was like a van with guys with flyers. You know what I'm saying? These guys are giving out champagne.
We got our van, what it was, the buggy I Benz.
Our street team promotional vehicle was a Mercedes Benz. Which actually, you know, I got that.
You lying? You still got the car?
Real shit. It made me cry. Biggs gave it to me for my 50th.
You lying?
Biggs gave me that car for my 50th. Yeah, man.
Yo, that's crazy. That's fucking
and
classic.
It's obviously a sentimental value because that's how I started. I started on the street team.
And I used
to
ride that. Remember asking Lynn to drive me around. I remember being hyped. You didn't even know when you used to be like, yo, we got a session in Brielle. Yeah. And I'd be like, all right, we taking the cab. You'd be like, nah, I got the car this time. We're going to take the car. She'd be like, all right, come on. Jumping in that motherfucker. I used to be like, yeah, I'm that nigga. I'm going to be on Roc-A-Fella.
Benz with a Roc logo.
Yo.
And we held that logo, as we still do to this day, with that much pride. And that's what it was really about. Yes. By the way, the Benz, cool. Benz was premium and was amazing. It wasn't even about the Benz. Yes. It was that Roc logo on the front and the back of that Benz that was like, yo, this is us.
Yeah. Right? Remember our first office, my G? Yeah. Word, my G. We had mice and shit in the office. I remember the girls running out like, what the fuck?
John Street, right?
Yeah, John Street, bro.
Yeah. By the way, we had an office right by Wall Street.
Yeah.
Like where all the money was.
Yo, it was crazy, bro, how shit started to see where everything is at now. But one thing I always wanted to say, and I need you to, I'm glad we're here for you to answer this question. Yo, why I never got an invite to the Halloween party?
Oh my God.
I could wear a Halloween costume. Bleak, you know how to put on some makeup. I know I come through like,
Bleak, you ain't put on a costume.
I come through like, what's my man's the Warriors.
Okay.
Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? I gotta make it back home, cuz.
You gonna wear a leather vest with no shirt?
The Yankees. Yo, that's the YMCA.
No, they wore leather vests.
Yeah, that was the one dude. It was like 6 of them.
All the Brooklyn guys wore like the.
Nah, no, they did. Man, that's the motorcycle vest. But word, your Halloween parties be lit.
Yeah,
and Blizzle never get an invite.
Me and Lala, man.
Lala, wait, I didn't know she was down. I see her every year, but I didn't know she was down.
Her and I did together.
Laleezy.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, you don't live in L.A. We do it mostly in New York,
What that mean?
And you
Planes fly?
You live in a mansion in Florida somewhere.
Planes fly.
I know, but you know what it is? I don't assume people are going to fly somewhere for a party. You know what I mean?
I ain't fly here. I drove here.
Well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Some parties, we party.
And that's with respect. I'm just like, I don't want to even put somebody in a position to be like, well, no. No, I ain't doing that.
You ain't going to do that.
Now you good.
But you set me up.
For?
I get this to this day.
About what?
That goddamn shampoo commercial. But you gonna invite me to that?
Well, by the way, that's me trying to be on my Steve Stout shit early. No, for real.
But now everybody doing endorsements like this. We were the first. Yo, I get crucified for doing a shampoo commercial. I have no hair.
Bleak to do a shit.
Like, why are y'all mad at me? They're like, I was pouring the shampoo on my head in the shower. Like, I have no hair. They gave us a nice bag for it. Why would I turn that down?
I remember I hit Jay, and I was like, Jay, I was hype. I was like, yo, I got Bleak a endorsement deal. Yeah. He was like, word? I was like, yeah. He was like, ooh. Sorry. I told him, he was like, what? He was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, yeah. He was like, you think that's a good look? And I was like, this is how much it is. Like, that's a great look. And he was like, but he don't have no hair.
Exactly.
I was like, yo, if they not worried about it, why are you worried about it?
And yo, to this day, every couple years, niggas on Twitter be like, yo, Bleak did a Garnier fruit cheese commercial. And I'm like, yo, my guy threw that brick off the backboard at me. I'm so sorry. And I can't come to the Halloween party.
I take responsibility and accountability.
That should be forever parties invite.
That was me. I made Bleak do a shampoo commercial and he had no hair. Yo, I remember Jay was like, you know how Jay be confused? He was like, what? But he don't have no hair.
Yeah, like, why they want to pay him to endorse some shampoo?
And he didn't want to, he wanted to support us so much, even if he didn't agree, he was like, do what y'all want to do, but.
It was a time when state property, everything, we was booming, rock, and then that shit just came crashing down. Like, one thing I don't like that people think is that we all wanted this rock to split up and like we enjoyed it, or like Jay made this decision to become who he is. Like he wouldn't have been who he is anyway. Like, and they don't understand from the top down. None of us wanted
Yeah,
the
nobody
Roc to
wants
break
your
up.
family to break up.
Yeah, like
Nobody
that
wants
shit was one of the hardest and darkest times of our career. And Lenny, I always said to myself, and you cleared it up recently, but I want you to tell people. I remember saying back in the day, I'm like, damn, Hov is on some shit. That nigga said Lenny down the front line. That nigga told Lenny go down to Philly and tell them niggas to their face, hey, cut the Roc, we dead.
No.
Yo, and then when I asked you, you was like, Hov ain't tell me to do that.
No.
Bleak, I was crazy. I volunteered.
Yeah.
I was nuts. What?
Jay absolutely, and by the way, in a good way, in a respectful way.
Yes.
Jay didn't suggest that at all. So basically, like you said, when the label dissolved, and we had to let go, or all the artists had to
go their own way. I even got my papers. Niggas think I ain't get a paper,
which was like a normal thing in the company. If the company is being released or the company no longer exists, nothing around it does, right? So anyway, we had to let go of the artists, obviously, because the company was dissolving, and I thought, me as personal as I am, I thought it would be inappropriate for lawyers to reach out to artists and say, hey, label doesn't exist no more and you no longer have a contract. You know what I mean? I thought that would have been foul. I thought that would be nuts. So I went to Jay was with Shaka Pilgrim. Yeah. Who's one of the pillars and most amazing women ever that was part of our team. But I went to Jay and I was like, hey, Jay, I think we should, because it wasn't even a Jay thing. Def Jam was going to do that. Def Jam was going to do that. It wasn't even a Roc or a Jay thing or whatever. And I was like, I think that's it's inappropriate, and I think I should just go down there and tell them myself. You know what I mean? Like from us, from family to family. I looked at them as family.
I remember thinking like, that's
and people were like, what?
You went
You're
where?
Tripping.
And you called me while you was on your way back. Hang Lynn was like, yo, Bleak, I just went to Philly to get it. He's like, man, I'm bugging. That's what I'm like, yes, you are bugging. Why would you do that? I'd have had them niggas come to New York.
I went to Philly to go alone to go see 12 real ones in the studio, and I called a meeting. For all they knew, it was going to be a
good meeting.
Good meeting, re-up.
We moving, we doing our thing.
And I was there to let them know there were no longer
no Roc-A-Fella.
No Roc-A-Fella.
And I just seen a clip with Chris, right, where he was saying that at the B-Sides concert, the first concert, that Hov gave them an opportunity, state property, was like, yo, I'm ready to try to put this shit back together. Let's do our thing. Let's go to the studio. I'm going to meet y'all niggas there. And Chris said nobody went to the studio. Everybody wanted to go to the party with Rihanna and all of that.
Oh, yeah, that party was a good party, though.
Yo, chill!
I remember it was a rooftop joint.
Yeah, niggas said, nobody went to the studio.
You got to think, man. I mean, I'm not speaking for any of them, but I'm just saying, I'm speaking in terms of the business and the industry. At those times, you don't want to miss anything that's going on, and you're not thinking and focused on, the business aspect or the contractual aspect, or you're living in the moment. Yes. You're getting good money. You think the money's always going to come, and for some of us it does, some of us it doesn't. But they were just, they were reacting as we all were, by the way.
Everybody went to that Rihanna party.
We all went to the Rihanna.
Everybody went to the Rihanna party, but I didn't know about the studio session.
I didn't know that.
That's why when I seen it, and he called Freeway on the show to verify that it happened. Oh, wow. So that's how I know it's validity to it. And I'm damn, that's insane. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Like, shit, I'd have ran to the studio.
I'm going to be honest with you, Bleak. Roc is real family to me. Yes. More than some of my own family.
Yes.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always held it with a high regard and with respect. And, like, I wasn't about to let that, or anything with y'all, anything that, for any artist that I dealt with personally, to be handled in any way that wasn't, respectful, or even if, you may not have liked the decision or the news I had or them or, I was in the studio. It didn't hit me until I said it, and then some of the faces were like, what? And Beans was like, we took a while. Beans looked at me and was like, you came out here to tell us that? And I'm like, yeah, my brother, like, I'm still,
not know you wasn't.
Yeah. And he's like, how you know we just don't fuck you up? And I was like, I mean,
That's
if that's what it's gonna be, it's gonna be. You know what I mean?
Lynn,
and then Beans bust out laughing and was like, if it had to be anybody, we glad it was you. You know what I mean? And we all hugged and I was like, yo, we'll figure things out. You know what I mean? It was just, but that's what I hoped for. Yeah. And that's what I got. You know what I'm saying?
And to this day, everybody is still family. Like, the breakup hit everybody. I always tell niggas, I was like, you know when you see the magic trick where they take the tablecloth and the dishes are still standing there? That's how it was for me. It was analogy. Like, everything was still the same, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was like, it was still normal. It ain't feel like anything changed, but then you noticed everything did change. And here we are today.
Listen, things went different for everybody. Some great, some okay, some it don't matter. We were a part of one of the most historic and legendary labels and families in the entertainment business.
And that's
till
why,
this day. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I think a lot of it went left. At least for us and our side, not speaking for J Dame or none of the executives or none of the employees, but as far as the artists, niggas was too young, seeing too much money.
Yeah.
We were seeing too much money, and what's so ill, it was never nowhere near the money these artists make today.
Yeah.
But for that time to do what we were doing, fresh out the projects, fresh off the block, whatever, niggas was chewing like, and niggas just thought it was gonna last forever, bro. Yeah. Like. Never seeing the ending, and then that shit came crashing down. Like, it's over, Captain. Find a new hustle now, Captain. I remember sitting there like, yo, it's over. I remember Hov telling me. I remember still making music and telling Jay, yo, my nigga, I'm ready to put this album out. Like I'm ready. I got some. And he's sitting there looking at me like, bro, yo, my nigga. Like, you don't hear the violin, my nigga? Like, you need me to blow it up for you? It's like, it's not cracking right now. You ice cold, my nigga. What's colder than cold? Ice cold. All right. That's a fact. Yeah. So, shit just went for everybody.
And I think it also made everybody stronger. It made everybody more independent, myself included.
One thing I love to see, though, a lot of people took over the industry.
Yeah.
It's a fingerprint of Roc-A-Fella on
everywhere.
Every fucking part of this music business that you look. Whether it's from the touring to the labels, anything you think about, fashion.
Roc-A-Fella made
a fingerprint
stars.
From Roc-A-Fella.
And I'm not talking about artists. I'm talking about
employees, everything, man. Like, you really learn.
Hip-hop, Shaka, Latrice,
yo,
Shari,
that's what I'm just about to say. Look at Latrice, bro. Look at Shari.
Legends.
Like, you kidding me, bro? From the bottom. Look at Chaka.
Yeah.
From the bottom. Chaka don't know.
Doing movies.
Me and her gotta have a sit down.
Yeah.
Chaka Chaka I don't think she remembers she
What happened? What?
When I got in my car accident in Miami.
Oh.
You don't remember?
Yeah.
I gave her the bag of drip.
Oh, yeah,
she lost the bag of drip.
She lost it.
Yo, the bag of drip was gone,
Colleen lost Jay too, right?
Jay lost his car. Yeah. Bag of drip, gone, cut. Yeah. Came out the hospital, cast, no drip.
I remember that.
She probably don't even remember that.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's people's. My bullshit.
She's one of the most
Chaka
loyal,
family.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah.
All my videos. Look at Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Everybody, bro. Everybody. Literally doing their thing. Like, you know what I mean? And I know from Biggs, Hove. I know they don't like to see the homie. I'm not even gonna say his name, but I'm so happy. I know they happy that Reasonable Doubt percentage is dead.
Oh, like, I barely even understand what that situation is.
Yo, niggas been hitting me like, Bleak, why Hove ain't send you in the auction? Like,
all in all,
how I'm gonna go big for something? Me.
I'm gonna go big.
You think I'm gonna hold a sign up?
But either way, man, those three guys,
made history, bro. Like,
created something special.
Even to this day, Biggs is still creating history. When I be finding out some of the things that he involved in, I be just sitting there still in the maze like, yo, chill. Hoffa is still destroying the game.
Yeah, I looked up to all three of them, man. Immensely.
And still to this day, bro. Look, I'm telling you, Hove to this day, like, I hit him for certain things, certain advice.
Yep.
I'm telling you, all the years of me doing music, I was the clay pigeon. Pull! Straight I sent that nigga a record, that shit was like, yo, pull! It wasn't until I sent the do-rag Bleak, and he was like,
that's it.
We drop it, cuz. Drop some shit, nigga. What we doing, my nigga?
That's right.
But I ain't got my A&R. What's up?
Are we allowed to drink these? Or
Yeah, these ain't props, nigga. What you want to drink, man?
Oh, wait, is anybody else drinking with us?
No.
I don't want to open it if I'm going to be the only one drinking.
Me and you gonna drink. We gonna drink. Can we get some glasses, please? Me and you gonna drink.
Here we go.
You know how to open these? you used to this? Nigga said, can we drink these like they fit? Like it was empty. Yo, I don't think you been doing this.
Come on, man.
Yeah, y'all on that rich shit. Yo, you know I just had caviar for the first time fucking with you and Tim the other day.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm mad
Which is
you ain't
surprising,
bring Tim.
man.
Yeah, I don't eat caviar.
You also don't... Tim was coming, but he had to go to another event.
Caviar, man, look at me, Len.
Caviar's amazing, bro.
I remember, you remember we went to Japan the first time
we used
and
to
they
be in
bought
Japan. We used to try to get him the best sushi in the world. Him and my man Murder. Yo, fuck this. Where that McDonald's at? I'm like, my bro, we in Japan. You want what?
Yeah.
Yo, fuck this bougie shit.
Yo,
I need a quarter pounder.
Yo, I never forget the first time we went to motherfucking Japan, bro. Y'all took us to some restaurant, and these niggas brought the shrimp out alive.
Yeah.
And they put those shrimp on the grill.
And then everything was still moving.
Them just started screaming. Y'all never heard a shrimp scream, boy. Go to Japan. That shit was going, niggas like, yo, I'm not eating that. Y'all niggas is bugging.
Yo, I'm sorry. You gonna murder right out of there so fast?
Yo, so fast. Like, I'm like, yo,
Bleak,
this.
you gotta come on. We gotta evolve, bro. You gotta.
Nah.
It was a double pounder.
It wasn't until, I ain't gonna front, I'm a late bloomer with seafood.
Yeah.
It wasn't until my 30th birthday.
Damn.
And I was in Cork, Ireland, with Ho for my birthday, doing the show with him. And he like, yo, let's go eat for your birthday. Where we gonna go eat? I'm like, I don't know, whatever. You pick some. I like, but don't pick seafood. That nigga like, what?
Yeah,
you don't like seafood? So I'm like, nah, I don't like it. He said, you don't like it because the way it tastes or the way it smells? I said, the way it smells. I never tasted nothing. So word, we went to some restaurant in Ireland, and Jay ordered literally every fucking seafood dish on the menu. And had them bringing it out like, yo, try this and send it back. And that's how I got my love for what seafood was, thanks to Ho.
And that's what used to make me a little upset about with you is no, seriously, like having Jay, I'm not being funny, and I'm trying to make this into a whole Jay-Z appreciation day. No, but
it is.
But I'm just saying, Jay Biggs, having those guys in our lives, and they were living on such a premium level. I love that about them. You know what I'm saying? So I was always able to learn faster or get to certain levels that I maybe would not have gotten there prior to. And that's what I used to try to get you to open up to, is like, yo, trust me, we at this hotel.
I ain't see the vision back then, but
and Jay has immaculate taste.
My wife opened up my eyes to the country, because now I
go. I travel a lot.
Yeah, we go everywhere now. We
Thank
eat
God, man.
everything.
Treat her right, bro.
Like, we do everything, we eat everything, and she love it. Like, and I tell her, you better thank Hove, girl. Because you'd have met me 10 years prior.
Oh, God.
Your ass would be eating a bacon cheeseburger right now.
Jesus Christ. You be Shake Shack every other day.
That's a fact. I don't eat none of that now, man. So,
unbelievable.
Thank God to the big homie for that, traveling the world. Like, one thing I used to love too, used to collect all the postcards and send them every country. Tata used to be like, yo, all y'all gonna do is go to this country and sit in the room and smoke weed. They used to look at Tata like, yeah, we don't want to do nothing else.
We used to be so mad at them. They never want to leave the hotel. Imagine being in Austria or Rome and Paris, and they wouldn't leave the hotel room. They wanted to order burgers
and smoke weed all day. Hood niggas. It wasn't nothing to walk around for. Listen, when you a project nigga, I got lost. And none of y'all couldn't help me in Germany. I got lost in Germany. Let me tell y'all this story. You probably don't even know. Do you remember this?
No.
We had a show in Germany. So, of course, that's when they had the app Around Me. Oh, you remember that app? You would put it on the phone and show you everything around you. So when you overseas, only place that sold backwoods was an export cigar shop. So I put the Around Me. She said it was just a mile away. Like, okay, I can walk there. I get to the destination. It's a train station. Cool. It's like 10 escalators going down. Cool, go down, walk to the smoke shop, get the backwoods, come out the smoke shop. Now everything in Kazuva stash, and it's like, yo, what escalator did I just come down? Shit like Kazoo. And now, stop. So now, hamburgers, all this shit, crazy shit. So yo, I got the hotel room key, but when I put it in the phone, remember, I don't have no Wi-Fi. It's no service. You overseas, you need a Wi-Fi. It's no Wi-Fi. I wasn't Hove with the global phone. No, my shit only worked in U.S. Got over there, clip. Yo, so...
The Blueberry ain't connect?
Nah, it didn't connect. So I'm bitching. Then, like, I go back in the cigar shop, like, boom, yo, I show him the hotel key. You know how to get here? He talking Kashuba stash now. Yo, stop. Nah, like, what? So... Yo, anybody know how to get a taxi? Nothing. Now I'm sweating. I'm bitching.
You alone?
We got a show. I'm by myself. I'm like, damn, we got to get back. I got to get back. We got a show. Yo, some dude walking with his girl on guard walked by. He looked. He said, Memphis, Bleak? I said, yo, fam, you know me? Like, literally, you know me. Like, hell yeah. I got your albums, all of that. I'm like, fam, look, I pull out the hotel key. You know where this hotel at? He like, yeah, it's right here. I'm like, yo, take me to the hotel, fam. I get you tickets to the whole show.
I hope you got a ticket.
Hell yeah, him and his girl, right there on the spot. Took them to the show with me. Homie got a picture with Jay and all of that.
Oh, dope.
I tell him I'm like, yo, fam, you saved my life.
Yeah.
Like, you kidding me?
Somebody got caught up with the wrong.
Yo, it was times we used to... I remember we was in Poland, right? Because remember, this when MySpace was the shit, Lynn. So we didn't have Instagram DM me. It was MySpace. I used to put out the MySpace posts on my wall. I'm in town with the Jay-Z show. Anybody got that bud, holla at me. I get you tickets to the show. So niggas used to hit me everywhere. That's how I met all my plugs. Sniper, Rob Kelly.
You was trading $300 tickets for a dime bag?
No, a zip. Nigga, you bugging. They had to bring a zip. So listen, we chilling. So some dude come through with the weed and he like, yo, my mom's on the soul food spot. We in Poland. So I go to Carlene. I went to you. You the only one who wanted something. You like, yo, bring me something back. So I go to Jay, all of them. Jay like, where this restaurant at? I'm like, I don't know. I'm going with the homie. His mom's own it. So he said, you just gonna jump in the car with some nigga that you don't know from Poland?
Nutty.
I looked at Hove. I said, Hove, we survived them Brooklyn streets. If a Polish nigga get me, I'm supposed to be got. Don't even look for me, okay? Word, we came back with that food. I was like, yo, he took Carlene shit. He's like, good luck, nigga, this shit fire. I'm like, yeah, we moving. This how we used to do it. But y'all used to go see all the museums. Back there, I wasn't into that. I didn't care, Lynn.
No.
I'm a project nigga. I don't want to see no museums. I wanted to see, before this.
I don't want to learn anything.
Yo, before this, all I wanted to see was tits and ass.
Oh, they just say money.
Nah, that came, we was getting that. That was no problem. We was overseas looking, we was duck hunting without the Nintendo system.
Jesus Christ. Great travels.
Yo, the best. Where was your favorite? You done been, I do that. Ooh. Yo, why? You gotta put me on your restaurant list in Paris. Because I tell people all the time, only spot I like in Paris is our spot. I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want to blow it up, but you know our spot. Hove took me there.
Yeah.
Best shit. My daughter even love it.
Yeah.
But outside of that,
nah, it's good spots. My man,
I seen you.
You know my man John, my man Biggie.
Yeah.
He puts me onto a lot of spots, and just going there over the years, and going with Jay and Jay Brown, they put me onto a lot of good spots.
What's your favorite spot to travel?
Probably France. And
it is.
But the whole France, because I love Paris, I love Versailles. I love the South, Nice.
Talk that shit.
Stop.
We ain't talk about your brother, daughter.
And as of recently, Saudi. I took a trip to Saudi last year with Khaled. Last year.
It's Khalid out there.
We went to Riyadh and Jeddah and Alula. No, seriously, it was best trip of my life.
Swiss be out there racing camels.
No, Swiss is the one that got us out there.
Yo, chill.
Swiss
is the
one that hooked it up. Like
Swiss got a lot of plugs. I gotta call Swiss.
No. By the way, I love Swiss Beats. You know
that's
that,
my fucking guy. Swiss gave me some of my
you
best
told
records.
him the Swiss Beats story?
What?
When we almost died.
Oh my fucking Jesus. How did I fucking forget that, Lenny? How would I ever leave that story out? Yo, listen. Just so y'all know, this is how you know the industry is fucking is whack. Because we were going to use What You Think of That was the first single.
Correct.
That was supposed to be the single. We go to clear the sample, produced by Buck Wild, by the way. Shout out Buck Wild.
My brother.
Right? Supposed to be the first single, banging, we all ready to go, good. The people who own the sample clearance was like, no, we not clearing the sample. Who is this Memphis Bleak guy?
Yeah.
We don't know him. So now, we on the Hard Knock Life tour, we in Buffalo.
Correct.
It's a fucking blizzard.
Freezing.
Snowing, ice everywhere.
Freezing.
So now Hove like, it's me, Lenny S, and Swiss. Hove like, y'all got to go back to New York and
wait, back up a little bit. On the Hard Knock Life tour,
yes.
Swiss Beats, obviously, this is early on, but he's still one of the biggest things.
Yes.
He's producing for the Rough Riders. He's producing for Jay, Nori, Cameron.
Everybody.
He's producing for everybody. We're bet in a good way, in a positive way. We're begging him for like a single.
A single for
we're
me.
Like, yo, because Swiss is DJing the tour. So we're like, Swiss,
please,
I need something. We need a single. You know what I mean? He's like, nah, I got y'all. We beating him up. And he's like, yo, I got 1 day off. Yeah. And it was the only day we had off on the tour.
In Buffalo.
And he was like, but we got to go to New York. And we was like, what? Nothing. So go.
We get on that propeller plane.
We got on the propeller plane.
Yo.
Us three, right?
Yeah. It was nobody else on the plane. It was just Easy. The camera lady, Easy. Shout out Easy, because that's how they got the footage.
Yep.
Me, you, and Swiss. That's it.
On a little
no one
plane.
else on this plane.
In a blizzard.
And this shit was taking off like this. And I'm on there. We got to put the footage out. If y'all look at the Hard Knock Life DVD, I say, you see this shit you got to go through to make records? Niggas trying to kill me out here.
Nah, we almost went down to that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. That was one of my worst flights ever. I would never fly from or to Buffalo. I'm just driving. Hands down. So, Benny, you hit me and need me to do something in Buffalo, I'm driving, my nigga.
Me, you, and Swiss thought it was over.
Straight up. But then we landed. A lot of people don't know. I didn't like Memphis Bleak is till after it came out.
I remember.
I was scared to death to drop that record. Because What You Think of That was the joint, and I had it beat in my head. This the single. Yep. So when we did Memphis Bleak is, it was like, nobody's gonna say my name. Nah. Why we Memphis Bleak is? And Hove like, yo, you doing this at Summer Jam. I'm looking at that nigga like, no, I ain't. You bugging. We doing ain't no nigga. We ain't doing that. Word up. So when that shit came on and I saw the response that's when I'm like, oh wait, we got something with this one.
That was another one of those trust me situations.
Yes. And
between the A&R and the artist.
Yes.
Trust me.
Yo, I remember y'all used to be like, stop giving Bleak copies of the music. Because I do a song, go home, listen to it for 2 days, call them, I don't like it no more. Niggas like, don't give Bleak no more music.
No more copies.
Word up. Yo, but damn, man. Damn, those was the fucking days, S,
Good
man.
times, my brother.
Yo.
Prepped us.
The Hard Knock Life Tower. Fucking Clue didn't have no lights on his bus. Yo, you know that's how I got my DJ, DeMarco.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
DeMarco was his helper.
Yes,
and DeMarco, like, he was. They was carrying his crates.
He worked with him.
He was his helper. He was carrying crates.
He was helper.
He was helper. DeMarco, yo, you know he shitted on me, right? Not shitting on me like personally. That's my guy. I love this guy. But he was my DJ forever. I saved him off the Viking bus because that's what Clue bus was called.
Yeah.
The Viking bus. They never had no food, no lights, nothing. They was like Vikings on that bus.
Terrible.
Saved him off the Viking bus. Used to bring him cereal, everything. Gave him a job. I get my first show. He like, yo, I'm a DJ. All right, you my DJ.
Yeah.
Toured the world with DeMarco. Took him all over the world. One day, now this after 15 years of you being my DJ. I call him. Yo, DeMarco, I got this show. I need you. That nigga like, yo, I can't make it, bro. Yo, why? What happened? Yo, I got this show with Ja Rule.
Oh,
yo, I never told you that's my cousin. We done been around on tour with this. Now this your cousin.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yo,
but I remember he started DJing for him.
Yeah, he's still DJing for him. So I hit Ja. I go to a show in Vegas with Ja, Shanti, and them because my wife wanted to go. Who DJ? DeMarco. I'm like, nigga, I should go up there and pour water on your set. yo, this your cousin now. Get the fuck out of here. Just say he paying more than me.
Oh, man.
Yo, but we used to wild out, man. Them fucking tour days.
I was so mad on that. So there's that clip. So remember the clip that went viral where Dame is talking to
Ralph McDaniels?
No.
Oh,
where Dame talking to Clue and them.
On the bus.
But
you were standing right there.
Let's not get crazy.
Yeah, he made it like you was down with them.
This pissed me off. Let me tell you something. I try to, in the movie, right? Some people have seen it. There's a clip of Dame getting on Clue because he wasn't producing the records he was supposed to be producing while on tour. I was his A&R, so obviously I'm responsible as well. And then Skane Dollar, which was his manager, we were the ones trying to push Clue. But you know, Clue was playing games sometimes and whatever. So Dame, myself, and Skane had to talk about it.
Yeah.
And we were just like, yo, we trying, but we explaining, because like,
why no records done? Yes.
And then he's like, you know what? Let's just go talk to him. So me, Dame, and Skane went to go talk to Clue.
Yes.
Like, as a united front.
I know, yeah, but the
on the video and on the camera, it looks like I'm getting yelled at for Clue's, lack of.
Yo, but chill.
Lack of.
That Hard Knock Life DVD.
I tried to fight for that to get edited, and they were like, "What? This is great TV. You're tripping." I was like, "I look like I'm getting."
Clue. Yo, but that DVD, Hard Knock, started some shit because everybody to this day like, yo, Bleak, you got Kevin Lyles poked off for that.
You got him killed. You want to walk around, look at my Def Jam jacket.
Yo, but nah, you can't front. Def Jam was that shit back then.
By the way, I was happy to get a Def Jam jacket.
Def Jam was that shit.
It had nothing to do with, anything over the rock thing. It was more so, Def Jam was a staple. Def Jam will always be one of the most, legendary, important labels in music. So for us as being Roc-A-Fella on signed to Def Jam, that was like a dream for us. So to get a Def Jam jacket, you gotta understand that was
a dream, and that's why I was just naturally hyped.
You're excited.
But I should have never said The Roc ain't never give me this.
He said The Roc ain't never give me that.
Yo, that nigga Dame went
to war.
He went to war. That's why no matter what Dame say about me, no matter how many times because he be crucifying me. I just tried to show him some love, and he went on and just shot at me.
Dame had your back.
Yo, he was. Dame rode for me. Yo, I just found out something too. Like, 'cause I used to always tell Clue, yo, you don't never show me no love. You on the team, you don't play no Bleak records,
Clue don't have a heart.
Nothing. I ain't no Dame bet Clue that I have a bigger debut than Fab. That's why Clue was like,
oh my God, no way.
Yeah, Dame put that money on Blizzard though. So I gotta fuck with Dame, right?
He always had your back.
Always
had
my
our
nigga.
back.
Like, Dame was a fighter for the squad, and I would never, ever shoot nobody down. I respect all the OGs and love them for the contribution and what they did for us, man, because I wouldn't be the man I am today without them, especially B-High.
For real.
I always tell niggas, B-High saved my life.
B-High and Tata saved my life.
Yo, listen, 3 words I hated as a kid that I use today when I got a party. I hated them as a kid. When B-High used to be like, we got a party, we going in, he'll be in the van, he'd be like, listen, we hitting them and splitting them. Like, hitting them and splitting them. Like, last show, last song, the van is running.
Yeah.
Whoever ain't in the van, we leaving them. So I used to be like, B-High, we want to chill. We want to get some girls, mingle, do our thing. So be like, you better get them while you on stand. B-High, how am I going to do that? I'm singing the song.
You're talking about the most thorough man in that organization, as far as security-wise.
Yes.
This man could have been a trooper.
Head of the nation. The UN. I'm telling you, B-High gonna run the UN. They like, we hitting them and splitting them. Yo, I remember we left Bobby Dash and Murder at Waffle House. Oh, wow. Because we went through, I'm on my promo tour, and I got the food, so I'm in the van. B-High come in the van, he like, you got your food? I'm like, yeah, I got my food. Then what we waiting for? Come on. Yo,
I'm not waiting for somebody
straight up, like, you the artist. They want to interview you.
You the artist.
Yo, them niggas call. He like, y'all better take a taxi. Remember, was no Uber back then. Was no just call a Uber. You in the middle of nowhere. That nigga just left niggas like 100.
But that's how they survived. You know what I'm saying?
That's the Beehive was
Beehive,
the best.
Tata, the best. I'm so glad that they embraced me early on. And that
I wish I could get Tata on here. I know it's a hard fetch.
God bless.
It'll never happen. But I just need people to understand. I want them to know how the OGs really shit on me, though. Because niggas be thinking, because you know niggas know I grew up with them. But they think we equal, like peers. They don't understand. I'm the little
about the 8 bro in the B group?
Oh, they know I'm in the B group. I've been in the B group so long that I own the B group. Even on the Hangar tour, Jay put me in the B group. And it was like, Jay, why am I in the B group still? I've been down since the beginning.
Anytime we travel, we had an A group and a B group.
And I'm the leader of the B group.
A group was Jay, Tata, Dame, Big.
You got promoted to the A group because you started in the B group. You did start in the B group.
But I got quit.
Yes.
I got quit. And I got to the A group and never looked back. He always used to be looking at me with one part because everything was an A and B. Hotel, A group, hotel, Ritz Carlton, Four Seasons, B group, Marriott.
Yo, B group. So all my life, the way I had to tell Hov, yo, my nigga, on the Hangar tour, remember, we had 2 jets.
We had 2 jets on the Hangar tour.
2 jets.
And there was an A jet.
And it was an A jet and a B jet. So when we get the manifest, because that's the jet talk manifest, you know what I'm saying? That's not regular AI, you know what I'm saying? Group 3. You get the manifest. Niggas was like, Bleak in the B.
Like you never graduated. Imagine going to high school for your whole life. Like, for your entire life. And you never
So, yo, I look at Hov like, yo, why do I got to ride with the band? He's like, nah, because they need structure. You the only nigga go hold it down.
And it was sad because I used to work with Bleak and I was Bleak's A&R and we worked together, but I was in the A group. So I couldn't even travel with him. You know what I'm saying? They used to sit back in the 37B.
Yo, niggas had a fight on the jet, B. The band.
For real?
Yeah. The niggas was fighting on the jet. That's so when we landed, I'm telling Hov, yo, I can't fly with these guys, man. I never seen a fight on the jet. Like,
from band members.
Yo, just why would you fight on the jet? You on the fucking
By the way, that's new
jet. Like,
wait a minute. You almost fought me on a jet.
No.
We was traveling in South Africa or Asia, and me and somebody was beating you and Ronnie in spades.
No.
You thought I was cheating.
McNeely. It was McNeely was my partner. It was you and Hov. Yeah. And McNeely kept reneging. And I'm like,
killing y'all.
Yes, y'all was cheating. But McNeely, my nigga. This nigga look at me. He my partner. And he reneged, right? So I'm like, yo, McNeely, what you doing? Like, you don't know how to play spades? This nigga like, it's a strategy. That's it. A strategy to what? Let Hov win? I'm like, yo, Hov ain't gonna fire you. Remember I kept telling McNeely that? I'm like, Hov ain't gonna fire you, nigga. You my partner. What the fuck? He could lose. Yo, that nigga would not. I don't give a fuck. He like RoboCop. Programmed to not shoot the balls. He will not. He will sacrifice the W for Hov to get the W. He's a team fucking player. And I just found out McNeely down with Jelly Roll.
No, he manages him.
He better give me some fucking tickets.
McNeely's doing great.
I know. He always.
I mean, he always has done great, but he's
always.
He has great clients.
Yes, McNeely the OG. You kidding me?
But yeah, he wanted to fight me on over spades.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Nah, I don't remember that. I don't remember wanting to fight you. I remember Hov calling his moms on me, though, for the spades when we started spanking them. He threw Mama Love in. Yeah. And now I can't talk shit no more. I sit there obedient spade game. Now I'm like, I've been caught. Word up. Hov is a bastard when it come down.
Oh my God.
Niggas don't even know Hov. I was just telling somebody this the other day that Hov is a gamer. Like, they don't think Hov play like fight night. Yes. Remember when we was in the van, Turtle Top days before G4 Bentley Hov. He was Turtle Top Hov. And I never front on Blizzard. Niggas used to have a little TV up there.
Turtle Top Hove is crazy. That's not that's a Turtle Top's a dope.
Yeah,
good,
they
man.
were.
Yeah.
But Hove would never get the Turtle Top now. You bugging here? Look at you.
Well,
like
they have a different name now. They're called Sprinters.
No, they still have Turtle Tops.
Oh, it's different?
Yeah, y'all just have money for the
You're
Sprinter.
right.
You know what I mean? The Sprinter
Y'all just have money for a Sprinter.
It's just levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
But definitely, next time you got to tell Hove, Bleak, at this point, I definitely got to be out the B group. There's no more B group.
I don't know.
I'm the only member left in the B group.
You'd rather be...
It's just me and Guru. That's it. It's just me. It's no more band. It's no band. So who would be in the B group if we traveled and they book Hove for a show and he like, yo, I'm going to bring the crew. It's just me and Goo going to be on the bus by ourselves.
Yeah. At least look, I control it.
Then we'll be the A group by ourselves. Me and Goo running shit.
Or like A-.
Yo, but I always said, why Hove never gave us the keys?
For?
The music. Me, you, and Goo.
Wait, what do you mean the keys for the music?
To the label.
Oh.
We don't run it. Because I like Goo the Oracle. I ain't going to lie. It's not an artist in the world, signed or unsigned, that if you tell right now, for you to get a deal with Roc Nation, you got to sit down with Guru. They're going to be like, okay, when I get to go? When I get to go?
Yep.
My brother. Like, so that's why I always felt like, fuck, I know music. I'm good with music. I do my thing, of course.
Yeah.
But there's nobody in music more important that I feel like that they respect his word.
I think where he should be, which is the most utilizing, which is in the Roc Nation school.
Yeah, he running the school.
Guru's a genius.
I know, man.
Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
But he could do, that's what I mean. Yoda did everything.
Him giving that to all of those kids in that program is,
is ill.
It's something they could never, you can't buy that.
But Goo, I'm telling you, Goo he's a musical genius too. What him and Knife Wonder doing over there with their Jamila thing. Yeah. Niggas don't even know Goo got his hand over there.
I signed her.
I know.
Me and my man Randy.
I know. Y'all do a lot of signing. Niggas just don't give Bleak no signing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bleak don't get no type of signings. Niggas just be shitting on Blizz. And I started this gangster shit. And this the thanks I get. Y'all see this? I'm glad that all of this is on tape. My people get to really understand that my crew and the big homies, I'm just a punching bag. Only one who really show me love
is who?
Emery.
Oh my
Emery.
God.
Yo, no, I'm little bro.
No,
everybody show me love. Let's clear that up.
Yeah.
Everybody show me love. Tata, Hove, Juan, Daz, but they little bro me.
Yeah.
Not Juan. Juan and Emery, the only two that when I see them.
Juan, Emery, and me, you mean?
Nah.
What you mean?
Trying to little bro me too. Yeah. You seen that the Cali event? You gave me the green band. You ain't give me a purple band. Oh my God. Niggas ain't give me a purple band.
I gave you my purple band. But
no, you didn't.
Now, Emery gives you a kind of love that's really endearing and like.
Yeah, Emery make me feel like.
Yeah. He does.
I put in some work with him.
He does.
I want to. Hove and Tata.
I don't give a fuck.
You a little nigga, and I'm going to remind you a little nigga.
Jay will call you and be like, what he'll say, like,
yo,
you still busy? You still busy?
Doing nothing, getting no money? Yeah, that nigga, yo, I'm telling you. I just hit him the other day.
No, he said, you still busy not making money?
Yeah, you still out there busy not making money. I'm telling you, when I told him I had you coming on the podcast, the nigga said, for what? Just to watch it on your phone? He said, I've been looking for it for months. When are you going to drop it? I'm telling you, it ain't like, yo, that's dope. Yo, Lenny, that nigga, y'all going to have a good interview. Nah, that nigga said, we just doing this so I can watch it. That's why if he ever come sit down and kick it with me.
When you going to get him to do the podcast?
Talk to him for me.
I did.
I know, you tried.
I tried.
It's going to take a minute, but
I tried.
He gave B-Dot Elliott
He grabbed my arm. I was like, yo, want me to ask Jay to do the pod? And I was like, yo, Jay. He was like, yo, chill.
Yeah, not right now. Not right now. We don't need homeboy right now. We ain't even got the production. After you help us get the money with this episode, we can afford the setting for Hove. Look, niggas sweating on our set. You know what I'm saying? If we was on the drink champ set, this would never happen.
Mr. Lee. All right, go on.
That's it. Yo, chill. We done. That's it, man.
Oh
Yo, Len, man, I appreciate you for coming. I love you,
I don't know what you're going to get out of that besides
this
all
is the
laughing,
best episode. This the one that's going to change this ROC Solid shit. BG the jeweler. We going supersize after this episode. Thanks to Lenny Dress. You know what I'm saying? We get money. ROC Solid. Mind right. Yeah.